All right, listen, before you go, what do you think to Mick the Jagger? You're a binge drinker.
Sorry, mate, I'll turn on halfway through. I don't even know who Mick Jagger is, apart from the old ring thing.
Oh, you've only just turned on?
Well, about half hour ago.
All right, I'm not gonna explain it all now. Thanks, Jeff. Hi, who's this?
It's Lisa.
Hello, Lisa.
Hello, Alex. Hello, Pat.
Hi.
Hello. I really enjoy it when you come on, Pat. You're one of the better characters on the phone in.
Thank you very much.
I just want to say, I agree with some of your views. I've got a little story about how this country's gone to pot. I'm not going to name any names. My cousin qualified as a theatre nurse, and she went to southern England. She went across the mainland to work in a British hospital in the theatre, and it was full of Asian Indian co-workers who talk in their own language and exclude her. And she's actually off with stress now.
What's wrong with her? What? Because she couldn't understand what they were saying?
They were talking in their own language, Alex, in a British hospital. She's trying to do a job, and she couldn't do her job because they wouldn't communicate with her in English. Now,
Look, they're talking. St Mary's Hospital was full of Filipino nurses.
Yeah, it's
they
in
talk.
our hospitals. I'm sorry.
Why do you think there are mistakes made in hospitals? If everyone's talking a different language is meant to be treating people, no one knows what's going on, do they?
Exactly.
They should all talk English. It's ignorant to
English.
Babylon in their own language, isn't it?
There are many, many people working in Britain at the moment who do not speak British, right? But
that is half the problem.
They do not speak the Queen's English, right? Now, the thing about what you're saying, Lisa, is she's off with stress because they were talking in their own language.
She put up with it for over a year. Over a year of trying to...
Well, where's the stress in that? Frustrating?
No, Alex, not getting the point. The stress is the fact that she's trying to do a medical job and she could not do her job properly and follow the instruction properly because they refused point blank.
So they are management, are they? They're management.
No, management are doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but management should instruct her of what her duties are for the day.
But what I'm saying is, when you're in a theatre doing an operation, there's not management in there.
They have to be able to talk to each
other.
The
surgeons, don't tell me the surgeons don't speak English.
No, they weren't. They weren't speaking English.
You can't say that's
I don't
right.
believe it. I don't believe it. I just reckon. All right, she's trying to get some compensation because she's.
No, Alex, how can you say that? You don't know the ins and outs of this. This girl is a confident girl.
If she went to the management wouldn't do anything anyway because they'd be too frightened of upsetting
why doesn't he just,
these people's human rights.
Why doesn't he just think, right, if this is the case, if they're really in the operating theatre and she's the only one who doesn't understand, she's the odd one out, she should go and get another job.
Oh, come on, where are you coming from?
Alex.
Hang on, if I was working at this radio station, right, and look at London now, there are Turkish radio stations in London, right? And they brought in a couple of Turkish DJs, and they said there's a lot of Turkish people living on the Isle of Wight, and I ended up being the only one who did not speak Turkish. I would leave this radio station and get a job somewhere else. I wouldn't be off with stress.
And I bet you wouldn't go quietly, would you?
It's an hospital, Alex. At the end of the day, this is Britain. And I find it really hard to
and what happened? All our doctors went over to Saudi Arabia in the 70s and 80s. We couldn't get British doctors. These people have come in and they've saved the national health. Tell her to get a life.
Hang on, the national health could have saved itself if when they educated these people and sent them to university to learn to be doctors and surgeons, if they put a clause in that saying, we're going to teach you all this, but you've got to work for us for X amount of years and not go straight up all the big bucks.
Pat, don't you think it comes back to our immigration laws? They should have to do the thing like they do in America, where they pledge allegiance to this country and they learn the bloody language.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
absolutely
there's lots of
I'm
people
a strong
coming
believer
over
in
from.
that.
There's loads
There's
of people.
too many, you mean?
There are thousands of people every night walking from Mexico into the west coast of the States who are illegal immigrants who never learn the language. They are the secret workforce of America.
They're not
There's
doing
loads of
operations,
Cubans coming
are they?
over from Miami.
They're not in operating theatres, are they?
No, they're not. But the people
picking fruit.
No, but the people in this operating theatre that Lisa's talking about are fully qualified.
Fully qualified where they come from?
From where they come from. No, but they're fully qualified enough to work here. My point being, they are putting their patients' health at risk.
No, they're
Absolutely.
not. They're excluding your cousin. She should learn their language.
Oh, come on.
Right, let's move on. Hi, who's this?
Hello, it's George from Wharton again, Alex. Don't you find it strange that you've got a controversial radio programme today with Pat on and the other guy, and Mr. T hasn't phoned up? Now, isn't that strange?
Why would that be strange?
Why would it be strange? Because
Yeah.
if he phoned up, he wouldn't be phoning from Portsmouth.
I'm just coming on.
Hang on a minute. Mick wants to talk to you, George.
I just come in on the off chance.
Oh, righto, Mick.
Do you believe that, George?
Did you come in on the off chance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you possibly did, yeah.
Right.
I think Mick does a lot of things on the off chance.
Right. Well, look,
So what?
What did he say?
like what?
Well, I expect you do wander around a bit on the off chance.
I don't come in from the island. I live on the mainland.
He lives in Lymington.
And you come over on the off chance.
Hang on there, George. Hi, who's this? Hang on, George. Hi, who's that? Is that Mike from Canada? I thought we had Mike from Canada there for you.
I
Someone.
can hear you on the 7-seater delay.
Canada.
What, George? What are you getting at?
It's Mr. T.
All right. Well, Mr. If you're out there, please give us a call. 01983 822 002. Pat the Builder's with us, and Mick the Jagger. Are you enjoying it, Mick?
Yes, fine, thank you.
I've changed it. We usually call him Mick Jagger, but I was getting confused with Pat the Builder and Mick Jagger, and I think Mick the Jagger's better because a lot of people might think he's actually the bloke from the Rolling Stones. See, he's very sweet. Yeah, but he's very sweet, Pat.
Tell me he's had 2 cans.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is that he came over about 5 years ago. And
He's
just...
a nice enough geezer, I admit that. I just said that to him. I'm honest. If I thought he was a prat, I'd tell him. Yeah? Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, he's a nice enough geezer.
He wanted to come in the hour before.
You got to feel a bit sorry for him.
Of course. He's vulnerable, but... And we got, do you know, and the
Frankly,
thing about
his
this
heart's
is
in the right place, seems to be.
we got good calls by him being here. Like that girl Lisa who came on. Was it Lisa or no? Michelle. Mick's actually just left the studio for the moment. He's had to go to the little boy's room. And Pat the Builder is with us. If you want to speak to Pat the Builder, it is once in a lifetime opportunity to speak to him, not down a phone line. Because, you know, Pat down a phone line sounds like this. Now, Pat, you denied doing the old but you do it, don't you?
I might have done it a little bit, but then it's obviously been technically enhanced to make it much longer.
No. Listen, this is it. This is you on the phone. Hi, who's on line 1?
I've never ever done that. I've never done that.
Are you
make
accusing
up
me
as
of
you go
tampering with the tapes?
Oh, would I? Would I? Have you ever done that before?
But you do. You don't know you're doing. Anyway, if you want to speak to Pat, he's here. We're just about to close the lines. 01983 822 002. Mr. T, if you're out there, would you like to call to prove you are Mr. T and not Mike from Canada? And anybody else who wants to speak to Pat about the stab vest, the teenage stab vest. This was a recommended subject matter from English Pete. It seems crazy why children would have to go to school in stab vests, or the dentist in the NHS. So that's an old one. We've done that loads of times.
The stab vest. Get about the stab vest. I remember probably about 6 years ago, the government brought out a law saying that anyone caught in possession of a knife over so many inches long, 3 inches or something like that, 2.5 inches, would get 5 years imprisonment.